Hello, Susan Lazar-Hart here, your congruency coach for creatives, for seekers, for those forward-leading women and a few amazing men who are asking to go and grow from this is just not possible, this life I'm asking for, this business, this relationship, to whoa, this is totally possible and I'm living a life that I love. So our question for Ask Susan this Wednesday comes from Marie. Marie says, Susan, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm in like a down spot. I thought I wanted what I was planning, what I was building, what I was creating with my business, and I turn around and it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like me. What do I do about that? It's a great question. And trust me, Marie, I've been there. And it actually resonates so deeply with a lot of the questions coming in. First of all, it's springtime in North America. It's time of shift and change. When we go for walks, we see new buds coming. We're really asking questions about what it is that I'm creating and what it is that we like to create. Now, one of the things I know for myself, when I bump up against something like that, like my business or what I'm creating with, and it just doesn't feel like it did when I started, I'm going to stop myself and I'll kind of take an aerial view and ask myself, what is it that I was asking to create to begin with? And then I'll go out like 6 months, just kind of get centered, close my eyes, tap in, and tune in to the energies of me having accomplished what it is that I've started, of the energy, of the emotions, how does it feel? I'll tap into that and I'll ask myself, is this true? Is this what I'm really asking to create? And when I get a yes, I take those energies and I bring them back to where I am now. And I start to nurture the seeds of what I was desiring, of the relationship I'm creating, the business that I'm building. I start to nurture them with those energies. Because building our businesses, our lives, our living, our relationships, our bank accounts, it's no different than creating with a garden. And as this is springtime, I'm going to use the metaphor as a garden, because a garden requires a certain amount of nurturing through each season. It's that space and place in which you take an aerial view and you say, okay, what would I like in this garden? What flowers do I want in May, June, July, August, September? What vegetables will nurture my body? What vegetables do I want to plant in the sun, in the shade? And then from that space, you get a sense of, oh, what would this be like to have these flowers on my table, to be sitting around at my table, eating this delicious food that I've grown? And it nurtures your body, it nurtures your soul, and it gives you a sense of, this is my direction, this is what I need to do, this is where I need to go in order to have that sensation, right? Now, it's not exact finiteness, it's just the energies. Once you put those energies out into the world, the universe says, got it, all right, let's play with you now. And you and your business is no different. You and your life, your relationship is no different. It's about planting the seeds of what's required and then nurturing those along the way. Now, again, we've all been there, Marie. You know, I know for myself, when there's times where I kind of go like, is this really what I want to be creating? I might hear some news that might impact me a certain way. A friend of mine just passed away, and it really has me asking, Susan, are you creating a life that you love? Where do you see yourself 6 months from now, 6 years from now? And I tap into that and I get a sense of the shifts and the changes and what I am asking for in my life, in my business, in my relationships. And then I get that sense of it and I bring it down back into the future. I mean, sorry, I'm so excited about it. I bring it back into the present. And then I ask myself, okay, what needs to be nourished here? What needs to be let go of? And again, just as you would with a garden, you pick out the weeds, you see what needs watering, you see what needs special foods or not. So is that with your life. Your self-nurturing requires you to tap in and tune in and turn on to what it is that you're asking to create as a whole, right? Your target. And then tap into that energy, maybe 3 times a day, in the morning when you wake up. Right? In the middle of the day when you feel like, and before you go to bed with gratitude, wow, look at what was accomplished today. You know, who did you reach out to? what connections were you making? And we make connections all the time. The same way with with the garden, there's under the earth, there's all different kinds of connections and root systems growing that are supporting what you see coming up. And so I'm asking you to just take a moment and not ask for everything to be perfect, not ask for everything to be done, but to start right now, to tap in, because no matter what we want in life or where we want it, it's important to build that healthy base now, right? And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Be present with it and ask yourself, so what about this doesn't work for me? What about this is not aligned, is not congruent, right? With where I know what I know is possible and where I'm asking to be. You know, that's actually why I created the Congruent Living Assessment, to actually give you a sense of, am I living a congruent life? Is it lined up the way I want? Am I just, fooling myself into this is what I would like? And so one of the feedbacks that I've gotten from the Congruent Living Assessment is really to help you discover a life you desire. And so I'm going to include that in the either in the letter that you're getting with this or in the comment section below. I'm just curious. Take that Congruent Living Self Assessment. Then ask yourself, oh, is this matching the energies of what I'm asking to create with and how I'm asking to create? And if it isn't, ask yourself, okay, am I willing to go out 6 months from now and be very present with myself, with no judgment, and get a sense of what it is that I'm asking to create? And is that matching? Is that aligned? Is that congruent with the energies that I'm playing with now? So what steps can you take to start creating a life that you love? Number one, be very present with what you are creating. Go out 6 months from now, get present with the energies. It's all worked out. What are those energies? What does that feel like? Right? Tap into the emotions, be that emotion, bring it back into the present. And then ask yourself, okay, so what is it that I can play with today that will give me more of that energy that I'm asking to grow with, those seeds I'm planting, that will nurture my soil? And I wonder what that could create for you. As always, let me know, if you're listening now, fantastic. Pop in your questions, pop in your ahas on our Congruent Living Facebook for Seekers and Creatives. And if you're listening later, #replay. Remember, the steps that you take to start to create every day, because every day is a brand new day, it will build on that foundation, that wonderful system of roots of the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions that you have that are part of being a human, right? And on this planet, and that will grow and grow and grow with you. So Marie, let me know how this pops for you. It's a great question. It's a really great question, especially right now with everything going on in the world, to stop, take a moment and ask yourself, so what seeds am I planting for my own self-nurturing? What could that look like? And what's my first step today? Again, let me know what pops for you. I'm so grateful for all of you. Until we meet again, live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more and more and more of you and what you know is possible and the seeds that you're planting, not less. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.